Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 2021 Lemax Santa's Sleigh Spinners. Let's get into it.
Bring in the holidays. You're watching Villages and More.
Okay, so Santa's Sleigh Spinners. This one is really neat. I was super excited about it, but today I'm going to let you know a little secret about how this became one of my favorite pieces that turned into a return. Okay, so let's start with some details here. It was released in 2021, and it has a SKU number used both by Lemax and Michaels of 14833. Now for some dimensions. It is 10.83 inches high, 10.63 inches wide, and 11.61 inches deep. So this one is really big, and you're going to need some space in your village. The product type is Sights and Sounds, and it is made of electric components. Power. It is a 4.5 volt DC power supply, and it draws about 460 milliamps. It has a standard roll power switch, like a roll volume power all in one. I'll get that up on the screen for you now. And the retail price is $129.99. That price to me is fitting. Now, of course, there's always coupons to be had, but if you had to pay full price for this, that would be nothing to be upset about. It's actually really beautiful, it's big, and has some really cool things that go along with it. So that explains all the inner details of it, so let's get a closer look of what's going on and how this beautiful piece turned into a return. Okay, so when you open up the box, there's going to be two pieces, the main unit itself, and then this little tree topper with some reindeers that is a separate attachment. It's real simple to put in. You just kind of pop it in right there on the top. I believe there's some magnets and a couple holes. Really self-explanatory on that. So now that you've assembled your piece, let's take a closer look. So starting from the top, you're going to see a beautiful star and some really nice little reindeer and some ornaments topped off with a little bit of snow. Now, please note that the star on top does not light up, and nor do the ornaments. So as we move more towards the middle, you're going to see a wonderful, cute little sign. It has a couple candy canes, a nice gold trim, and it says Santa's Sleigh Spinners in a really nice font, very Christmassy, and I think really well thought out for this piece. I mean, it has a nice flow, nice contrast. I think it was the perfect sign for this piece. Now, as we continue down, you're going to see the main event. This is going to be the sleigh spinners themselves. They go up, they go down, they go around, and it's just absolutely perfect for the title, for the piece. It all really fits well together. Now, let's get into the little bit of the return part before we make our way to the bottom. As you can see, there's a couple things going on. I am missing some characters that were broken off in one of my sleighs. Now, yes, they could be glued back on, and I wouldn't have returned it for that reason. However, it's very important that this piece is cycled down, meaning you would turn it off always from the switch itself, never just disconnect the power. And it's supposed to basically reset. All the pieces will come down, they'll stop where they're supposed to, and wait for the next power cycle on. However, on my piece here, I'll get it up on the screen for you here in a second, the power cycle does not work. They come down, and then it starts like grinding, I guess would be the word. The gears start like locking up and popping. It never actually cycles down and turns off. It just click, click, click. And it's actually pretty violent. It sounds like it's going to bust apart at any time. I'm pretty sure that's probably like a micro switch that's not working correctly, or it's not hitting, or whatever. And yes, I do repairs, but this is brand new. I shouldn't have to repair it. But it is a major issue in this piece, and at least on mine. And this is not something that, how would you say? Like, this is not something that I'm going to go in on a brand new piece and try to repair. Definitely not impossible, but worth the exchange or the return. In my specific case, there was no more at Michael's, so this will be a return for me. I've already contacted them. They're very cool about it, and even gave me a little bit of a gift card for the inconvenience. Okay, so now let's move on to the bottom. There is a lot to see here as well. There is gifts on the left and right side. There's some really cool entrance rails, kind of like a carnival feel, and it's just, again, from top to bottom, they really kept with the theme, and it's just beautiful. It's Christmas. It says good times, says smiles, and look, I love it, and I wish mine worked great, and I hope to get one at some point in the future when they're back in stock at Michael's or something like that. First off, they gave me a gift card too, so it would be better than using that if I can get one again. So the last thing I want to show you guys is the LED strip that goes all the way around this piece. It is only a warm white color, so you're not really going to get a lot of the Christmas colors per se moving around, but it's still cool. It still lights. There was definitely opportunity on this piece for so much more lighting. I think that would have just been, gosh, that would have been great, and they probably could even charge more for it. But it is what it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I absolutely love it. Yes, you're gonna have to have some room for it, but if you're looking to spice things up, get in the carnival theme game, this would be a really great piece for you. Hopefully yours is not a return like mine, but hey, that's part of the village game. Sometimes these things happen. Don't let it get you down. Just return it, exchange it, whatever you gotta do, because this one is worth having. I'm definitely gonna go after another one, but look, beautiful soundtrack, beautiful piece. We're going to listen to that here in a minute. I thank you as always for continuing to support my channel. I'm going to go ahead and hit the lights here so you can see it in its full glory. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.